What's up, guys? I am in my dad's garage today. We are in good company. We got some nice classic cars in here, but today we are working on my 2006 S2000. We are changing the oil. We just undid the drain plug and took off the oil filter. Check out this oil filter. This is odd. I don't know if this is like what they have in California or whatever, but this is not the correct oil filter to go in this car. You can see the part number right there. This is a oil filter that is in most Hondas, but for the S2000 and I believe the NSX, they get a different oil filter. So here is the correct oil filter. This is so much larger, and I even remember reading about someone saying that your oil pressure may not be correct at higher RPMs if you do not have that specific oil filter for the S2000. So anyways, we took off the oil filter. We're just letting this drain out, and we are also going to be changing the transmission fluid today. I have crush washers and all that, Honda manual transmission fluid, and we're also going to change the differential fluid out today as well. But guys, this is awesome to have my car on a lift because look how clean this car is. I do believe that this car has never been driven in rain. I bought this car from a individual that lived in San Francisco, and they took really good care of this car. It's always been garage kept. I believe it looks like it has never been driven in the rain. I mean, this is a 2006. It's not extremely low miles. It has 48,000 miles, but just there's zero rust. These bolts, this hardware looks like brand new. I mean, this is something else. I mean, everything is just pristine in here. Looks great. That was easy. Here we go. All right, transmission is full. Took a little under 2 quarts. So now we're gonna move on to the rear differential. This drain bolt right here is a 24 millimeter, but first we're going to undo the fill plug, which is a 23 millimeter, and you can't really get a socket in there, so we're gonna use a 23 millimeter wrench. Got it. Okay, so this is what we're going to be putting in the rear differential 75W90. I know some people put different weights in it, but that's the OEM spec, so that's what I'm going to go with. We already undid the fill bolt right there. Now I have a 24 millimeter socket, and we're going to undo this drain bolt. Easy. All right, so here is the differential drain plug. You can see there's just a tiny bit of just tiny little particles on there, not much at all, so that's really good. But yeah, we're gonna let that drain and fill it up. All right, we got all the fluid has drained out. Still have the fill plug and the drain plug undone. So I have new crush washers. Here is the drain plug. I have a brand new crush washer for it. There's a part number.
And then this one is for the drain fill. Here is the drain plug. This one looks to be a copper washer. Here's the old washer. So we are going to be replacing these with OEM crush washers.
Okay, this drain bolt gets torqued to 33 foot-pounds. Okay, so we have the drain plug torqued down to 33 foot-pounds, and we're now going to put in this AMSOIL Severe Gear 75W90. The fill plug is up here, and for this is an easy pack, so I don't even have to use a pump for this. So I'm just going to fill it up until it drains out. Okay, you can see that the fluid is now dripping out, so we are to our fill mark. So I'm going to go ahead and put the drain plug in, or the fill plug in. You can see we have a brand new crush washer. This one happens to look like it's copper, so I'm going to go ahead and just thread this on. It's just barely dripping now, so that's good. I believe that's a good point to put in the fill plug. All right, now we'll torque this one down to, actually you can't get a socket on this, so I'll just do this one pretty tight with the 23mm wrench. Well guys, here it is, my 2006 Honda S2000. This thing almost has 48,000 miles on it, and let me tell you, it looks brand new. I have seen S2000s with 9,000 miles, 14,000, 20,000 miles, and they don't look as good as this one does. This one has been extremely well kept. I mean, very, very well kept. This car is from California. I had it shipped all the way from San Francisco, California. It's 100% OEM stock, and I love it. It drives like a supercar. It is an absolute grin machine. It took me years to find one in this condition in my price range. This is just an amazing shape. I mean, even the seat, 9 out of 10 S2000s that you see, this bolster is crushed because, well, the person who was driving the car wasn't, you know, but below 6 foot and under 200 pounds. If you're bigger than that, sorry, you don't really fit, and you are destined to crush this bolster. So the lady that owned this before me, she was a petite woman, and this is pristine. That was a huge selling point to me. I wanted one in the best possible condition that I could get, and I got it. This thing is just, it's pretty much flawless. I mean, there are a couple of rock chips in the front, but other than that, I mean, how can you complain? This thing is just mint. I have done tons of maintenance to this car too, not because it needed it, but because I wanted everything to be fresh. I mean, pretty much if it needed to be done, then I did it. As you just saw, I did all the fluid changes and all that sort of stuff. I put a OEM air filter in it. Let me see here. So put an OEM air filter in it. I took off the throttle body. I cleaned the throttle body, put a new throttle body gasket. It has a brand new PCV valve, and this hose is brand new. All OEM, of course. Every single part that I use for this car is OEM. Brand new spark plugs. I even put this hardware. All the valve cover hardware is brand new. Let's see, what else? As I said, I changed all the fluids. I mean, use the proper S2000 oil filter. This thing is just mint. I love it. Put a brand new battery in it. I changed the coolant as well. I drained all the coolant out, put fresh coolant in it. I flushed all the brakes. So the brakes, it has clean brake fluid. I also flushed the clutch fluid, has all new clutch fluid. Oh, I also took off the clutch cylinder, and I deleted the clutch delay valve. And I also, while I was in there, I cleaned and lubricated the fork on the transmission. Oh, and then on the inside, these cars' bushings are known to, you know, not be as crisp with so much mileage, which again, this one is not high mileage, but the shifter bushings that are underneath here, there's a couple of them. I changed those shifter bushings, And man, this shifter, this car, the driving experience, it feels just brand new. This, you know, just like everyone says, I truly believe this is the best manual transmission ever made. I mean, it is just awesome. Let me go ahead and put the key in here. How about let's start her up. Starts right up. As of today, we're sitting at 47,975 miles. Of course, this is a cold start, so RPM is running a little high, but this is a dream come true. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video right here. Please give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one. How about that EF Civic though? Wah, wah.